Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here to work on my page kits for the virtual crop coming up this weekend, September 23rd and 24th, where we're going to do 10 pages. Now I have challenges that go with these pages and I've had a few questions. So what you can do to get ready is just make some page kits, or you can just do it on the fly because you got all weekend to work on them, right? So there is 10 challenges, and that's to help me and you. I find that if I have something to shoot for, something to go towards, it helps me, kind of build my page and build my layout. So I'll give you some of the challenges. One of them is contrast. So what we're going to talk about while we're making the layout is, what does contrast mean for a layout? And we're going to do, something on the layout that's going to contrast with the rest of the layout. And contrast is to bring attention to something, right? So we're going to talk about how many ways that you can do that. Another thing is quilling. I've had my quilling tool for I don't know how long, and it's time to dust it off, and I'm going to make a little quilling thing to put on the layout as an embellishment. And another one is alternative to large photos, like what can you do if you can't print large photos and things like that. But let's get started. So we have our 10 page kits or paper kits and some embellishments all together. So now what we have to do is we have to add some cardstock. So for this one here, I decided on 3. I don't know what I'll use on this, but I want to give myself some options. So I got a dark pink, a dark gray, and a light gray. The other thing that I want to do for this is to add my foundation. And what do I mean by my foundation? Well, when I work on some embellishment clusters, just like when you're building a house, you need a foundation. So the foundation of your clusters need to be solid. And, I hear a lot of, oh, I always feel like my clusters are floating. Well, that is one thing that you can do to kind of remedy that, to fix that, is if you have a foundation, then it won't feel like your clusters are floating. Okay, so one thing that I love to use as part of, my foundation is to use viewfinders, but you can use some 2-inch circles, you can use some squares, you can use tags, you can use frames. There is so many different ways that you can start your foundation. So I'm trying to see which color is going to go best with this. I really like that. That's the same color. So maybe I was going to go with these two, but I think I'm going to go with these two. And another thing that we're going to do here is we're going to cut out our digital files. So we're probably just going to do, 3 page kits per video. We're going to try to keep it at 20-25 minutes, but we're going to chat while we do this. And then come Friday, I'm going to be completely ready. Now, the last thing I'm going to do, the 2 last things I'm going to do, and I'll probably do that off camera, is I'll assign a challenge to each one of these so that I know that, it fits all the paper kits and page kits. And I've never had a problem. I've always been able to assign something to each paper kit. So I'm not even a little worried, but I'm also going to add photos because I want to make sure that I want to make sure that I put photos on right away. I have a stack of layouts here that I need to add photos. because I was making a whole bunch of layouts before I went on vacation, and now I have to add the photos. But the problem is, you know, I'm printing some, but it's not necessarily the ones that I need. So I need to go through the layouts, figure out which pictures I need. I probably will do that. Ooh, probably not this weekend because our weekend is full, but the weekend after, I'm going to do that. I'm going to sit down with all those layouts because I have probably 30, 40 layouts from Patreon. And then I have 10 from the June crop. By the way, we're still going to get together and we're still going to put those pages to get finished putting them together, adding the pictures. We're going to do that. It'll probably be, I don't even want to say a date because I got to get all those pictures printed first. I did get a whole bunch, a whole bunch of pictures printed, but then I was like, but they're the wrong pictures. You need specific pictures. So I have a lot of embellishments here. So these are just going to finish things up for me. So I think I'd like to add some arrows, and I think I'd like to add these kinds of arrows, the bigger ones. Okay, so we'll do that. And maybe a couple of butterflies. So we're going to be looking for pink and gray. And you'll be glad to know that I finally printed a whole bunch of files, a whole bunch of butterflies, and a whole bunch of like the circles that I needed. So that was good because I was running pretty low. So we'll do maybe 3 of these butterflies in pink, and then we'll do 3 in gray, and then we will cut them out. There we go. I don't think I cut any gray or printed any gray ones, but that's okay. I still have a few gray ones. Okay. And I think before I put these away, we are going to sit down and we're going to cut these apart, because maybe not for all 3. You know, maybe I'll do some on my own time, but I'd like to do quite a few of them, because then you can kind of see, like, it's not that bad. It doesn't take that long. It's just nice that if you're planning on doing 40, 50 pages, you know, like when I go to a crop, that's kind of my goal, that if this is done, it's going to save, it could be up to 10 minutes per page that you're saving from, you know, cutting all these out. But not just that. You know, the last time I went to the crop, I had to bring this 2-inch punch, the 1.5-inch punch, and the 1-inch punch. And it's just extra heavy stuff that if it's done ahead of time, that, you know, you don't have to bring. Now, I have to say, if it's a last minute thing and it's like, you know, whether you go to the crop or not, then just bring the punches. You know, it's not that big of a deal. It's just, if the lighter I can travel, the better. The lighter I can travel, the better. Now, I know I'm not going to use all 6 of these, but that's okay. Because you know what? This weekend, when we put these together, another thing that I started doing, and it was such a moment for me, is that when I'm done with this kit, and because now I kind of make the paper kits, like the page kits, sorry, pretty full with embellishments, right? Pretty full with embellishments. I put just the whole thing in. instead of siphoning through and figuring out what I'm going to bring. So instead of doing that, I throw everything in. So when I'm done, there is a lot of stuff left. So what I'm going to do is, or what I started doing, is I take the leftovers, I put them right back in the baggie, embellishments and all. I put them in a special place in my room. I can tell you, there's a lot of different special places right now in my room with everything that's going on, because I'm making 60 pages to go away to a crop, which is a little over a month away. And yes, this week I am not putting any attention to that whatsoever, but I feel okay because I have 25 that everything is done up to, cutting the digital files. So I have 25 of them done like that. I have probably 6 more pages that I just need to cut the digital files. So really I have like 31, and I want to make 60. And so what I'm going to do this week is I'm just going to concentrate on this. But when I make these 10 page kits this weekend, I'm going to put them in the baggie. I have a special place, like I said, that I keep them. And then I'm going to go through this process again, where I'm just going to add the foundation. And then that page kit is pretty much going to be done. So starting next week, I think next week, yes, I have to start next week. I'm going to dedicate at least a couple times during the week where I'm going to at least put 10 page kits together. And then I'll be up to, 40 or something like that. And then I can move on to the next step, which is adding, I think it's washi and sketches to everything. So I have like 7 steps that I do for each page kit when I go away to a crop. And I have to say the most difficult part for me is definitely the journaling part. So I want to make sure I leave myself, a good week or 2 that I can do the journaling for all these pages. Now, I just do it on a recipe card, and then I put like P1 for page kit 1, P1, P2, right to P60, and I keep all the journaling cards together. But in order to do the journaling, I got to choose the pictures. So as soon as I get the washi tape, well, let me tell you, if I can find it, what the steps are after the washi tape. And I keep this around so then I know. So yes, washi tape and sketches, you see they both say 4. So that's going to be next. Then I'm going to do the photos, and I'm also going to bring in, this is new, I'm going to bring in my file of scrap words, and I'm just going to be based on the photos, I'm going to choose some scrap words, and then I'm also going to start thinking maybe of a title. And if I think of a title, I'm going to put it at the top of the page, or this thing here. So when I go to do the journaling, which is the next step, I can put the title using some alphas. The reason I won't do it right away is I go through all of these while I'm doing the journaling, and I decide on a color of alpha, like thickers, and I put it with the kit. And I put a piece of wax paper in there. So what I'm going to do is maybe spell it out right away, and then that will be done. Those page kits will be done. So there's still a little bit of work left to do. Another thing, I stopped cutting the arrows. That'll be the only thing that I have to do when I leave, is to put, or when I get there, sorry, is going to be to cut those arrows. Now, someone said, oh, you should bring a little container so when you open your page kit, you can put all your embellishments in. And that's what I'm looking for right now. And that was a brilliant idea, and I always forget. I'm going to bring one of these big bottle caps. Remember those? I used to use those all the time. I would put that like this, and I would put it like that, and I would put everything in there. So I'm going to stick this in my things to bring. I'm going to keep it out actually, and then I'll have that on my table, and it's going to keep everything kind of organized. And then at the end, I'll just need to pick that up, whatever's left over, and throw it back in the bag. And I'm going to do that when I'm at the crop too. I'm going to put everything in their own individual bag. I'm not going to separate it like I normally do. So when I come back, I just need to, I just need to make new page kits with it, add the foundation. And then I kind of had a quick thought here. Well, maybe I should put right away things for 2 pages, but I don't want to do that because I'll tell you why. This time around, I kind of focused on the pink. So next time, I might want to focus on another letter or another color. And I could do that right away, but then it's just gonna, I don't know, double the time of making page kits. And people, let's face it, we're always on a time crunch for something. Whatever it is, I don't know about you, but always on a time crunch. Okay, so this is page kit number 1 done. We'll just put everything back like this. We'll put everything back in the big baggie. And one of my 10-page kits is basically done. Like I said, I'm going to add photos and a challenge to every single one of them. Probably once I have all 10-page kits all ready to go. So what I do is I take a little notepad, sticky pad, and then I write it, all the 10 challenges on it, and then I stick it on the inside of the baggie so I don't lose it. Okay, the next page we're going to work on is those 2 kits kind of go together because all the embellishments are in the other page kit. So it looks like there's nothing here, but I have stickers and everything on in the other page kit. I brought in this light blue and this dark blue to coordinate. Now this time around, we're going to do some 2-inch circles. And that will work really well because it's kind of a, darkish background. So having some white circles on there will work really well. And let's see. Do I want that color of blue? If so, there's only 2 there, but I saw another sheet back here. Yep, let's do that. This is this is Radiant Rainbow, and this is Summer Carnival, but it's close enough. Oh wait, this is already cut. Yeah, that's almost the same color. Let's do it. We'll do this one, and then we'll just do this one. Okay, awesome. I don't like these scissors for cutting paper. I don't know why I'm using those. They're serrated, so it just feels kind of weird when you're cutting. Okay, so we'll do that. Then, because it has birds and everything on it, I'm thinking it'll probably be, I don't know, maybe some zoo pages or something. So let's get some tickets. And our new tickets, if you haven't seen them, our first original tickets, they had words and stuff, and I absolutely love them. So you can cut them apart and just use them on an embellishment cluster. I love that idea. One way that I love to use those stickers is to use a strip of them. So now we have the strip of them, and I love it. The strip without words is what I meant. And I love that. So let me see here. I'm just trying to think what color I'd like to do. I got quite a few options because this is pretty bold, right? Different colors, so I could do green. Telling you the decisions. I could do orange. I could do blue. Just that blue is not necessarily the blue. Well, actually, that's not that bad because it does have the different tones, but I gotta find some other scissors. I'll use this one, I guess. So we'll cut these off. I don't want to put the whole sheet, even though I'm going to be doing these pretty soon. So now I think I'm going to go with orange. I don't think I want green, but I'll do orange. I just don't want to cut 3 strips. So we'll do these tickets, 2 different kinds of tickets, and we'll put these tickets away. Now, one thing that I really, really love to make sure that these circles feel like they're grounded, that they're not floating, is I like to use a 1.5 inch circle with it, and it kind of really balances it all out and makes it so it's not floating. Okay, so we'll have that, and then we need the labels. We need labels, and that will probably go with the light blue. Let me see. I don't think I want to go with orange. I think the orange, I want to use it sort of as an accent, you know, to contrast the layout. Okay. Let me see here. And it's kind of fun to revisit some of these things, you know, principles of scrapbooking, because some of us have been doing it for so long. We do it without even thinking. But then when we go through all of it again, it's like, oh, yeah, that's why it makes sense. And, you know, even revisiting it for someone that's been doing it for 24 years, it was still, you know, good to go through it and go, okay, yeah, okay, awesome. Okay, let's get this blue here. And this big one here, I can cut that in half and use it on 2 spots on the layout. And then we will do this one. Just like that. Okay, cool. Just like that. Okay. I think, do I want to put a little journaling place on this? Yeah, maybe let's do that. Let's grab some of our tags. I think I'd like to do, I don't think I want a dark orange. I think I want, and that's a peach. And that's what I really like about the digital files, because I can go and find that tone that coordinates with so many collections. Okay, so this is from the Pastel Paradise, and see how peachy that is, but that's the lines. I don't know if I want the lines, or we have some with grid, we have some with lines. I'm just being fussy here. There they are. Here's some with grids. Now you can use them like one one tag, or the way I like to use them is I put 3 tags in a row and I put like a piece of cardstock underneath or a pattern paper, and it kind of joins them. And then I use one of the tags for embellishing. So I love using that. Okay, so remember all the finishers, like the embellishment finishers, are on another page kit. Now, we'll do this one. We'll cut this. So if you don't have a clue what I've been talking about, is this weekend, September 23rd and 24th, we're going to have a virtual crop. It's $10. Once you purchase, you get, in your welcome file, you get where the event is going to take place. Now, the event is going to take place on Facebook, but we're going to have the lives on YouTube. So I'll be sharing the links just because YouTube seems to be working a whole lot better than Facebook. There's less lag and all that stuff. So all the challenges will be live. So Friday night, it's the warm-up. We call it the warm-up. We start at 6 p.m. Atlantic daytime, and we go till 8. So that's the warm-up, the stretches, get our scrapbooking muscles kind of all worked out here. And Saturday morning, we start at 9 a.m. and we go till 1, so 4 hours. So the first night we'll do 2 pages. Then from 9 to 1, we do 4 pages. Then we take an hour break so everyone can, go have lunch, get some things done. And then we come back at 2 and we'll go till 6 or until the pages are done. But because so much prep is done ahead of time, the pages, come together really nicely. And we get all of the 10 challenges completed. So like I said, it's $10, and when in your welcome PDF file, you're going to get a coupon for $4, and then you can get 2 digital files that are $1.99, but we have a discontinued file or section because those are the ones that very soon we've basically reached our 2,500 files. So I do not want to go to the next level, not now. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of some files. Now I'm thinking the first files that are going to go, now they're still going to be available in a bundle. But let's say if you started getting the tabs, I'll show you the tabs. Let's say if you started getting the tabs and you just got a few colors and you were going to get more, this is the time to do it. They're down to $1.20, and probably in the next 4 or 5 days, the tabs are going to be gone, because that's going to give us probably almost 40 spaces, right? That we can add new stuff. We were going to get rid of everything in certain categories. And I said, well, do we need all those all at once? Because I had a few people message me and say, I get it. You need to get rid of, stuff to make room, but does it have to be 1,000 of them all at once? And it's like, no, it doesn't. So I'll let you know always which ones are going to go. So I'm thinking today's Wednesday, probably by next Monday, those will be gone. The tabs will be the first ones to go. The tabs will be the first ones to go. We kind of had to make a decision on what was going to be the first. Now, if you are new here and you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't, gotten any of them, they will be available as far as a bundle. So you can get them all at once. And our bundles are 50% off. So you get quite a few in that bundle. But that's just a sideline. I just thought of that as I was cutting this out, that this was coming up. Okay, so I finished cutting the rest of the stuff on my own just because there was someone getting lunch, and that is a-okay. Have to say, kind of cheated a little bit here and kind of got pretty much everything all ready to go, what I want to put on this page. So this is the last one we're going to do today. So I'm going to try and do 2 days of 3 pages and 1 day of 4, which tomorrow will probably be the day of 4, and then Friday will be the day of 3. Okay, so we're gonna go with some red 2-inch circles. We're not even gonna cut these apart. I'll do those on my own. And then we'll go, I think with the 3 pinks, maybe we'll cut some apart. We'll see, just to, you know, if I need to finish off the video, then I'll maybe punch the circles while we're doing that. Okay, and then the labels, I think we're gonna do maybe the dark gray. Yeah, I think I like that. Do I want to put, see, I have to think about what the background is. I kind of like this light red, so I'll put one of those in there. I'll put one of those in there. I kind of like that. I can cut it in half and have 2 pieces. I thought it'd be fun to, because some of these have like stars. So I think I might want to put stars in the background. I don't even know what the pictures are, but I'm just thinking that's what I want to do. And because it's the dark red there, we're going to go with the light red on the stars. We're going to get a few, and I think we're going to get a few black ones too. So different sizes, just like that. Then, I don't know. I don't know if I want any other ones. I think I'll get some black ones instead. Okay, I'll get black here, just like that. We'll get a couple of these, and then we'll get that big one. Oh, actually, I think I'll get those 2 medium ones right there. Might as well keep going. And then we'll get this one at the very top, and we'll put those away. Okay, and then I think I want to get some frames. And how I like to use these frames, because they're printed side by side, I usually, you know, if I use one, then I use one, or I like to use 3. And I think that's all the extra stuff I'm going to put in there because, you know, I have a lot of stickers and stuff, and that will be good. So let's cut a little bit off just as we're signing off here. So the virtual crop is this Friday, September 23rd, 6 to 8, Monday 9 to 1, 2 to 6. There's going to be 10 challenges, and we're going to do 10 pages. I'm live for the entire time, you know, that in those hours. And it's $10. You get a $4 coupon, so you can go get yourself some digital files. And it's a really good time. We have so much fun. And it's nice to be able to go and kind of chat with people that maybe I might not, you know, may never meet them in real life. I would love that. But virtual crop, I think, still has a place. You know, I know all the in-person stuff, and we've been craving that a lot. But this is also fun because you can chat with people from, you know, New Zealand and the Netherlands and, you know, Scotland and Australia, and it's awesome. It's so much fun. And just to learn everybody's ways too, right? Like one day we were talking about tea biscuits, and it's funny how from one country to another, they are called something totally different. And then one day we were talking about, sweet tarts, and some of the countries had never heard of that, sweet tarts, and they are my favorite candy. So it's really fun to be able to learn each other's, cultures and all that. Okay, I don't think I'm going to cut the stars on camera. I'm just going to finish off with these circles. So again, if you're interested, go to NicoleJones911.com, go to classes, stores, new crop. I have two things for sale right now. The virtual crop, that's $10. That's, starts on Friday. And then I have Scrapathon, which is Scrapathon 10. This is the 10th edition, where we have a video every day for 31 days, the entire month of October. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to cut these off camera, the little stars, and we will chat to you tomorrow, where we're going to put either 3 or 4 more page kits together. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.